Okay, so for this deep dive, you've given us some really interesting stuff to dig into, especially for students out there.
Yeah, journaling. It can be
Yeah.
super valuable, right? And we've got these materials from Lestallion talking all about their notebooks, designed specifically for students.
Exactly. They really highlight how a good notebook, not just any old one, can make a huge difference for both school and, just growing as a person.
Totally. And what's cool is even if you're thinking, oh, I already journal or I use a notebook all the time, this Lestallion stuff really dives into how their specific features, like tackle the challenges students actually face.
That was what caught my eye, too. And it made me think back to my own student days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My notebooks were more like this jumbled mess than a helpful tool. Finding anything was a nightmare, and forget about keeping my notes neat.
I totally get it. And that's where having a quality notebook comes in, which is a big thing Lestallion talks about. They point out that the problems with like cheap notebooks, the thin pages, ink bleeding through, no organization, they can actually make you less productive.
Ugh, that bleed through. I can picture it now. You're in a lecture, taking detailed notes, feeling good about capturing everything, then bam! The other side of the page is ruined.
Yeah, it totally ruins your hard work.
It's not just annoying either. Think about all the time wasted trying to find a specific note in a flimsy, messy notebook. No index, no nothing.
Right. And these materials emphasize that. That kind of disorganization, it can lead to like missing deadlines, assignments not getting done, and that feeling of always being behind.
Which is the last thing any student needs. So, from your view, how do these Lestallion journals actually solve these issues that students run into all the time?
Well, Lestallion really focuses on features made for, the student experience. Numbered pages, a built-in table of contents. These are key for having structure right from the start. So you can organize notes however works best for you by subject, project, date, you name it.
That table of contents, so simple, but so smart. Reminds me of a friend in college. Exam time, and she'd be frantically flipping through her notes trying to find one specific definition.
Oh, yeah.
A table of contents would have been a lifesaver for her stress levels.
For real. It turns a notebook from just a place to write into something you can actually navigate. Then there's the paper quality. Lestallion emphasizes this. High quality, thick paper. 120 GSM, acid-free. That thickness stops the bleed-through we were talking about, so notes stay clean and readable.
Makes a huge difference, not just practically, but for how you feel about your notes, too. When they look good, feel good, you're more likely to use them, right?
Absolutely. And Lestallion also talks about their premium faux leather covers. It's not just about looking fancy, though that's nice. It's about making a notebook that can survive student life. Backpacks, different classes, you know the drill.
So it's meant to last.
Yeah, so you can keep track of your journey, both academic and personal, for a long time. They highlight that as a benefit.
It's like an investment in your learning. Okay, let's get into some of those Lestallion features specifically. 211 pages, that's a lot of space for a student.
It is. Plenty of room for different subjects, brainstorming, personal stuff, all in one organized place. And going back to the paper, that thick 120 GSM wood-free ivory-colored paper, it's not just about stopping bleed-through.
Right.
The ivory color is easier on the eyes, especially when you're studying for hours. And wood-free usually means higher quality, more durable.
Now, the dashed-lined pages intrigue me. Why dashed lines instead of regular lines or blank pages?
It's like a happy medium.
Yeah,
They're there to keep your writing neat, but they're not as, in your face as solid lines.
makes sense.
So they're great for outlines, mind maps, even quick sketches.
Hmm.
And they don't restrict you if you want to just jot down notes freely during a fast-paced lecture.
Gotcha. Structure when you need it, freedom when you don't. And we talked about the built-in table of contents, a lifesaver for finding information quickly, especially when studying for exams.
No more frantic searching.
Mm.
Saves time and stress, which are both super valuable for students.
Absolutely. And even those 7.5 millimeter wide lines, it's like they've thought of everything.
They have. Wide enough for detailed notes without feeling cramped.
Right. And the back pocket, maybe it seems small, but I can't tell you how many handouts and flashcards I lost back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Having a dedicated pocket for that stuff would have been amazing.
It's all about those practical details, right? Keeping the important things together and easily accessible. And lastly, that soft faux leather cover. It's not just durable, it also gives the notebook this premium feel.
I bet that makes you want to take care of it more, use it more consistently.
For sure. It's like Lestallion really gets the student experience.
Totally. Talking about features is one thing, but seeing how they actually work in a student's life, that's where it hits home.
It reminds me of my niece, Sarah. First year of university, studying architecture, completely overwhelmed. Multiple projects, lectures, deadlines. Her notes were everywhere. Different notebooks, folders bursting with papers. It was a mess.
Sounds stressful.
It was. She felt like she was always hunting for information, missing deadlines. I actually suggested she try a journal with some of these organizational features. Didn't specifically say Lestallion, but the idea of having everything in one place, indexed, it really clicked with her. She started using it for notes, sketching ideas, tracking her progress, even writing down her weekly schedule.
So it became more than just a notebook.
Exactly. Having that dedicated space helped her visualize her workload, break down big projects into smaller steps, and keep track of deadlines in a way she couldn't before. She even used it to brainstorm designs, and the act of writing and sketching things out actually helped her think more clearly. Just having one durable notebook for everything made her feel way more organized and in control.
Less stress, too, I bet.
Oh, definitely. It really shows how those simple features can make a huge difference in a student's life.
It's like the notebook becomes a partner in their success, you know?
Totally. Helps them manage everything that comes with student life.
So we've got a great notebook, but what are some ways students can really use it to its full potential, like specifically with those Lestallion features in mind?
Well, being intentional from the beginning is key. Set it up for the semester. Use those numbered pages to create your table of contents, divide it into sections for different subjects. You could even assign specific pages for projects or types of notes, like summaries or readings.
It's like creating a personalized system within the notebook.
Exactly. And Lestallion talks about using study prompts. These are questions that get you really thinking about the material after a lecture or reading. You can use those lined or dashed pages to reflect on what you learned, figure out what's confusing, even come up with questions for your next class.
Sounds like a great way to go beyond just passively taking notes.
Right. And don't underestimate the power of tracking your progress on assignments and goals. Seeing how far you've come can boost your confidence and help you stay on track. Plus, use those dashed lines for visuals, diagrams, mind maps, even doodles.
Right.
They help you process information in a different way, remember things better.
Yeah.
I had a friend in physics who swore by drawing cartoons to illustrate concepts. Whatever works for you to make the material more engaging.
A more active, multisensory approach to learning. I like it. We've talked a lot about the academic benefits, but these materials also mention how journaling can help students grow personally outside of school.
It's so important. Regular journaling helps you become more self-aware, builds emotional resilience. Writing down your thoughts and feelings, whether it's about school stress, personal stuff, happy moments, it's a healthy way to deal with emotions and gain perspective.
It's like a safe space to process things, be honest with yourself without judgment.
Exactly. And even the physical qualities of the notebook, the wood-free ivory paper, in Lestallion's case, contribute to a more calming journaling experience. That sense of quality can also spark creativity. Makes the notebook feel like a companion, not just a tool for school.
More than just success in school, it's about well-being and self-discovery. Now, what about people who are new to journaling or who've tried it and just couldn't stick with it? What are some common roadblocks, and how can a well-designed notebook like the Lestallion help?
One big one is simply not knowing what to write. That's where Lestallion's prompts come in handy. They give you a starting point when you're feeling stuck. Another is forgetting to journal regularly. Make it part of your routine. Maybe set aside a few minutes at the end of the day for reflection. And then there's the mess. A notebook gets disorganized, it can be really discouraging. That's where features like numbered pages and a durable cover help. They keep things in order, protect your entries over time.
It's like the notebook itself helps you build a consistent journaling habit. So let's recap those key Lestallion features that really stood out, especially for students.
Definitely. We talked about the 211 pages, tons of space, the high-quality, bleed-resistant paper, 120 GSM, makes writing a pleasure, the built-in table of contents, essential for organization, the tough and stylish, soft faux leather cover, ready for daily use, and that handy back pocket. All of these address those common student struggles, staying organized, focused, engaged with learning and personal growth.
They've really thought about the needs of students. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the main takeaway?
A good notebook, one designed with students in mind, like Lestallion's, can be a real game changer. It's more than just taking notes. It can help you get organized, manage stress, improve focus. It can lead to better grades and real personal growth.
And it's clear that the features we've talked about, the paper, the organization, the durability, they all address those everyday problems students face and help make learning more positive, productive, and rewarding.
Exactly. It's about moving from just reacting to the demands of school to taking control of your learning and growth in a deliberate and structured way.
This has given me a whole new appreciation for notebooks. So, for those listening, think about this. What if simply writing down your thoughts, plans, and reflections in a notebook designed to help you could be the key to feeling more clear, more in control, more accomplished, both in school and life? Definitely something to consider. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.